We are live, episode 28 of Storyteller. Hope you're all safe, doing well, keeping quarantine, maintaining social distance. Good morning, Stacy. How are you? Welcome. Yes, it's been a good day today. Quite an adventure this morning. Good morning, Malcolm. Hello, Diane. Hello, Darren. Hey, guys. Good morning. Welcome. Oh, thank you. Good morning, Kat. I hope you're all doing well today. Like I was saying, and maintaining a social distance, wearing your mask, being healthy and safe. Good morning, Sharon. Welcome. Look for a few more people to come in, and then we'll start. Hello, Cynthia. Good morning. Good morning, Linda. See, make sure I say hi to everybody. Good morning, Dolly.
Good morning.
Dolly's here. Hope you guys can hear that. All is well, Sharon. Yes, thank you. Awesome, Malcolm. I'll be getting to that. What book are you on in sepia? Maybe I can get to the next book by the time you finish. Good morning, Katya. Welcome. Oh, good. So Malcolm, you guys probably read too fast. I was gonna say maybe by the time you get to book 3, I'll be working on book 4, but I've got to get Walking the Razor out, and yeah, we'll get into it today. But the next book for Sepia is Nameless, and then Demon, and then Sepia will be done. All right, let's get started. There's a nice group of you here, so we'll start. First of all, let me say hi to the family, to the tribe, Dolly, the little ones, the big ones, my sister. Hello. So I say this all the time. And last week was really nice. You guys, there was an uptick in people following us on Instagram. So please follow us on Instagram. Don't forget to look us up on YouTube. I believe we're streaming live right now on YouTube. So like, subscribe, and share our video on YouTube, please. And follow us on Instagram, Bitten Peaches. Put up the link when you get a chance, darling. And ZAZZLE. Oh my God. Dolly has been going crazy on ZAZZLE. She's been putting up so much stuff. So you got...
Enthusiastic is the word.
Oh, not crazy. I'm told the word is enthusiastic. So she's been enthusiastically putting up new stuff on ZAZZLE. So go to ZAZZLE, go to the store. The link will be put up at some point, I'm guessing, because it's there. It's also in the pinned post in the mob. So good morning, Audrey. Hello. Good morning, Dan. Hello. So there's a link in the pinned post in the docs section. And you can follow us Amazon, Instagram, YouTube, ZAZZLE, our website. All the links are there. Dolly put it kind of all in one place. So just click on all the links and follow us. How are you all? Yeah, enthusiastic. Yeah. I'm just going to go with enthusiastic, Malcolm. Not enthusiastically crazy. So I hope you're all doing well. Yeah, Razor, Malcolm, has to get done. So I had to shuffle. Okay, how do we begin this conversation? Since no one except for the art has read Dark Glass. But I want to say thank you to all the shredders in Dark Glass. I'm hoping it wasn't as bad as Blood Ascension or Blood Betrayal, because it's not that kind of a cliff. That's really more of a hill hugger, Dark Glass. But I want to thank all of the shredders for your work, and I mean, every book that you shredders are awesome, and I just want to say thank you, because you guys take a good story and you make it a great story. And I apologize beforehand for every book about commas. Good morning, Chris Mendoz. Hello, Elaine. Welcome. Good morning, Shawnee. Good morning, Davina. Well, actually, no. For Davina, it's good afternoon. Hello. So, let's see. So, the mob hasn't read Dark Glass yet, so I'm not gonna give any spoilers. Just know that I had to kind of shuffle the book schedule around so that the next book written, the next full-length novel written, because I'm working on Blood Rule now, but that's not a full-length novel. But the next full-length novel written is Walking the Razor, which you saw the cover for with the two Monties, because of Dark Glass and the shredders and the shredder here at home was like, so shouldn't you get started on the next Monty and Strong book? I was like, I just finished one. Yeah, shouldn't you get started on the next Monty and Strong book? So I'm gonna, as soon as I finish Blood Rule, which is the last of Michiko's little trilogy, I'm going to get started on the next Monty and Strong book. And then right after that will be the Sepia books, and then the next Night Warden book. And then there's a real roller coaster of Monty and Strong, because the books, starting with Walking the Razor, actually Dark Glass, but really Walking the Razor, that story is a series of books where that becomes insane. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And we're all live on YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Hello, everyone on YouTube. Good morning, Timothy. I like how Dolly says. Dolly says, shuffle the book schedule is a diplomatic way to say I am going to torture you even more. Not too soon. No, I'm really going to write Walking the Razor right after Blood Rule. So, because Blood Rule has to get done. So, yeah, so there was a lot of suggestions that Walking the Razor should be done post-haste. So I'm going to take your suggestions. And I know that once the mob and the readers read it, they're going to be like, what the heck? Really? But this is book 11, so it's not that bad. It's only going to be bad for the people who are currently at book 11. By the time, if someone starts the series, well, I know some people read really fast, but if someone starts the series, by the time they get through all the books, by the time they get to 11, hopefully book 12 should be there for them. I feel, hey, when it was in the beginning, you guys who had to live through Blood is Thicker, from Blood is Thicker to Homecoming, or Blood is Thicker to Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky, that was a wait, and that was a serious cliffhanger. So, hello, Rebecca. Welcome. Good morning. Okay, so let's see. So Dark Glass should be coming out next week live. You guys, if you're in the art, you already read it. It's been giving its final shred now. It's given the final shredding and polish this week, and then next week it goes live. So today's the 31st. Wow, so fast. July's already done. So that should be live. Blood Rule is not it's not a full-length novel. It's more of a novella. I'm aiming for 35. It might be closer to 25. Depends on what the story wants. And that should be coming out. The art should be out for that in a few weeks. So I need a little bit of time to finish Dark Glass. Then I'm already writing Blood Rule, and so it'll kind of be one right after the other. And then the next projects will be Walking the Razor. Yes. Sepia Blue. Walking the Razor will not be mid-August, according, some people write notes and like, yeah, it should be mid-August. You should get it done right now. It's gonna take a little longer than that. Yeah, so thanks, Brian. Yeah, Brian says the new cover is badass. That goes to Deranged Doctor Design, who does all the covers for Monty and Strong, and they make some incredible covers. A shout out to Milo over at 3D, because he's the one who does all the covers for Monty and Strong and all my books. He's done all my books, and he's fantastic. They're so talented over there. Let's see. Yes, Davina. Davina says, although in fairness, you have done worse once. Yeah, I did. Blood is Thicker. I still remember Blood is Thicker to Silver Cloud's Dirty Sky. That was a worse. That was a worse. That was an actual cliffhanger, and the original of that one was even worse. So, Katya asks, any news on more audiobooks? All the books actually all the books are going to be done in audiobooks, but again, the production takes a while because Kevin is busy. He's recording, and one book is currently in production. We have to approve one book, then Audible takes like 3 weeks, so it's this whole lag. So it takes a while. But all the books, Katya, will be in audiobook form, all of them. Malcolm says early August. Yeah, for Dark Glass, not for Walking the Razor. Davina says she can wait. She's been around for centuries. A few more weeks is nothing. Right, but I want to get the story done. And if I don't, it's going to be another sepia situation, Davina. So it's better to get it done and get it out of the way and finished, and then jump into Walking the Razor with no distractions. Stacey Stein says late August. I'm going to say soon with my little trademark. How's that? Yeah, book 5 is in production, Dolly says, for the audiobooks, yeah. So, yeah. So, book 5 is in production. Right? Because we did Homecoming, now we're doing what? Dragons and Demigods? Blood and Bullets and Blades? Whatever.
Homecoming is the one that we need to release.
We need to release Homecoming, and Bullets and Blades is next. Well, Dragons and Demigods, then Bullets and Blades. So, yeah, they're all in there. In sequence, though. Don't listen to me. I don't even know the sequence to my own books. There's so many of them. So yeah, sepia has to get done. And the same way you feel about, let's see, waiting, that Chi should wait. Sepia has waited years to get finished, and I am definitely not gonna pull a George R.R. Martin or a Rothfuss. I'm gonna get done and get it finished. I already said I was gonna get it done, and I don't want to keep pushing it off because then the story just disappears. Let's see. Good morning, Jenny. Let's see what Davina says. When you write yourself into these situations, do you already have a plan for getting out of them, or do you find yourself wondering what you were thinking, how you will fix it, and why did it seem at the time? So that's several questions. Let me address them one at a time. I don't usually plan to write myself into these situations. Like, I was in the middle of the Sepia Blue series when Monty and Strong kind of invaded, ambushed me, and I had to write it. Do I have a plan for getting myself out of them? Yeah, writing the books as soon as possible. That's usually the plan. And Sepia has been one that's been pushed and pushed and pushed. So I said, no, we can't push the story anymore. Which is why, if you haven't, those of you that were in the art, we already made kind of a little bit of a alignment of Sepia and Monty and Strong. Those of you that read Dark Glass know what I'm talking about. Most of the time, yes, I mean, I do find myself wondering, what was I thinking? Because, yeah, if you're an aspiring author, don't write the first book of several series. Write the entire series. That's my advice to you if you're a new author, not aspiring, but a new writer. Tell him I said he's very welcome, Katya. He's doing a happy dance, so you're very welcome. Chris says, I'm surprised your brain is not mush by now. Death Wish. That's all I can say. Death Wish, exercise, and Dolly keeps me sane, so that's good. Razor, Sepia, everything else, Chi. Yeah, they're all in there. Little, Here's the awesome thing about this. You guys are actually part of the history of the Monty and Strong world, especially those of you that shred. So like 5 years from now, when you look back and there's like 20 Monty and Strong books, and you shredded some of them or all of them, you can say you were part of that process, which is incredible. And so someone coming into Monty and Strong now, it's not like coming into Monty and Strong even 2-3 years ago. You're coming into Monty and Strong now, you're going to find 11 books right away. And then you're going to find, the Night Warden series, and then this, and then these short stories. So it's like so much stuff. But when we started with like The Mob, it was pretty much just Tomb Yards and Butterfly. And everything just kind of exploded from there. I mean, there was some books, Spiritual Warriors were there, the Sepias were there, but it wasn't really like it is now. And Monty and Strong has really taken off. So... Everything after Razor, yes, Davina. After Razor, I can tell you the next book is going to be called Requiem. After Razor, and that one actually focuses a lot more on Simon and his past. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Malcolm says, "Will Chi set have a one book version?" Yes, it's gonna be a box set. After the third book is out, I'm gonna put them all together, and it'll be one box set. A paperback is a good idea. I don't know. Depends on how long the books, because the paperbacks only make sense when it's about 50,000 words or more. So it might make sense to make it a paperback. You can always get it on Kindle. So, I always put my books on Kindle because a lot of my readers are on fixed incomes, and so I always want them to be able to have access to the books. So, and as a reader, good morning, Benna. As a reader who used to invade Barnes and Noble, and I used to tell Dahlia, we're just going to get one book and walk out with bags of books. I know how pricey it can be to start getting books, even digitally. So the books average $5.99 each. But if you get them on Kindle Unlimited and you pay your $9.99, I think that's what Kindle Unlimited is going for now. You pay your $9.99, you get access to like 1 million books. So I always put my books on Kindle. So yes, Malcolm Chi's story will be in a box set. I just don't know if it's going to be a print version, but it's definitely going to be a box set too. So, what was this? 5 years from now in 29? Yeah. That's not masochistic cruelty.
No,
Huh?
sadistic.
Oh, sadistic. You corrected it. Okay. Exactly, Chris. You could say, I was there when in that book, when there was only like Tombyards and Butterflies. I know, right, Malcolm? Well, there'll be about 20 Night Warden books, too. So, there you go. So, a lot more books. Who was it that I was reading recently? Dean Wesley Smith has just finished writing his 250th book. So some people just write a lot, Even John Logsdon writes a lot, like in a short amount of time. He put out Dragon's Mire, Dragon's Scrape, in a compressed amount of time. So some people write a lot, fast. So, yeah, I think, to answer your question, I think one book for all 3 shorts would work. And I'm trying to do that with the other shorts later on, excuse me, because there's some collections of strong short stories. Maybe put them all in one, like an omnibus or one big box set, and then release them that way too. Davina H is very wise. Buying one book is not possible. It's not. Yeah, Audrey, I want the books to be accessible, so it's really important for me to have them on KU. I've been approached to go wide at times by other services that aren't Amazon. But the thing is, if I go wide, I can't put the books on KU. And so it doesn't make sense for me on several fronts. It doesn't make sense on a reader side. Like I lose a lot of readers if I don't put it on KU, because a lot of my readers are in KU. I'm on KU. And also financially, I get a lot of the reads help my bottom line too. So it's really important to have the books in KU. For me, it's more the accessibility. So that's really important. I agree, Jenny. Books are like potato chips. You can never have just one. Good morning, Robert. Welcome. Let's see, Brian. The books that I put in paperback usually are the Monty and Strong books. The ones that are usually like 50K. So Monty and Strong, the Spiritual Warriors are in paperback, Sepia Blues in paperback, and the Night Warden books are in paperback. All the other short stories aren't in paperback yet because they're too small. And so it doesn't make sense to put them in a paperback. But once we have enough of them, I think we have 5 paperbacks, 5 short stories right now, but they're kind of small. But once we have about maybe 10 short stories, I'll put them all in one paperback, and you can have all 10 short stories in one place. So that'll be fun. But I'll definitely see if we can put the the Chi books, the Michiga books, the Rule of the Council, into one paperback, because it would be fun to do that as a paperback too. So we'll see. And the only thing is that you can't put that on KU. So, as the Chi books, like you can't put the paperback on KU. You can only put it digital books on KU. So That's the only downside, the only trade off. Sharon, I do the same thing. I'll take a chance on a new author if or a recommendation when I have time to read, because I usually don't have that much time to read. Although I've been reading Steve McHugh and Nate Garrett, which has been a lot of fun. I finished Scorched Shadows, and now I'm doing the Avalon series. So if I find a new author, or someone recommends an author to me, I'll get on KU, get the book, read it, and if I really enjoy it, then I'll actually go out and get it again, and then just buy it, because I like to support the author if it's someone I really enjoyed the story. Yeah. No, tell Ayrton he's wise. He can be wise and silly. It doesn't have to be either. It can be both. Davina. Right, exactly. Yeah, Malcolm, the box set would have rule of the council, for sure. It would be rule of the council, and then, it would say the whole blood ascension, blood betrayal, blood rule. It would be a nice box set. It would be awesome. Again, it would be designed by Deranged Doctor Design, who are like one of the best cover designers out there. If you see my covers and you're in awe as I am, it's because they're phenomenal. So that's why. And that's, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yes. Yes. So those of you that are here, there's only 20 of us. Those of you that are here, understand that we're going to do our peaches drawing today, so that you could actually win. See, I have my peaches here, but this is that's going to somebody today. Where is it? The camera over here. This one's a little more buff. This one's gone to the gym, so looks a little bit sturdier, like I'm working out. So if you're here, but you need to leave early, your name is still in the drawing, and we'll put it at the end. So like around the time for the questions. So we'll put your name in, we'll pick your name, and one of you will win a peaches today. So that's pretty awesome. Let's see. You guys have any questions? Jenny, I'm listening. So I'll give you an example. I just finished Shadows, which was 7 books of the Helquin Chronicles, Steve McHugh. He has the Avalon books, which is 3. I already own those, and then he's writing the Rebellion Chronicles, which is another 3. So I had the first one, the second one, and I pre-ordered the third one. So it's the same thing I did with Badlands. I already pre-ordered both Badlands books. Davina, he's adamant that he isn't wise. It's actually very wise to admit that you aren't wise. Good morning, Melody. Hello, welcome. Yeah, Stephen McHugh, a lot of fun. It's a great character. He writes really well. I know him. We spoke a few days ago, both discussing Ghost of Tsushima. So yes, he's across the pond. So he's in the UK. Yeah. Yes. The last book, Robert, good morning. Yeah, well, everybody here is great. Thank you. I hope you and yours are fine, and the whole tribe is okay over there. And the last book of the Michigo series is being written not as we speak, but in this time frame. So yeah. Okay, so yes, Dolly is requesting that you post your name early. If you have post your name, if you have to leave early, so she can include you in the peaches drawing later in our coffee clutch. Oh, I can't take credit for that, Davina. So here's the process for my covers. I sit down. Well, I don't sit down, but this is virtual, right? I'll fill out a brief, because they do give you a brief, like what they want. What do you want? What's the cover name? What's the title? Now with Monty and Strong, certain things are already given, like the endless knot in the back, because that's part of the branding, right? But then I give them kind of a loose framework. Like, I want it to be like this. I want it to have this element, or like in the case of Walking the Razor, because I knew how the story was going to be, I needed 2 Montys. And so I needed let's say a good Monty and a light Monty and a dark Monty. So I said, I need that kind of image. And so they gave me a few business, and then we settled on the one that you guys saw when I released it. And so I can't take much of the credit for the covers. It's Grange does all that amazing work. I'll give them an idea and they'll run with it, and they are amazing. I mean, if you go to their website and you see some of the covers, it's incredible. So, but yeah, I'm in awe of my covers, Davina. Melody, me and the family are doing well. So thank you for asking. Linda, yes, Peaches. Chris says he wants in on the Peaches drawing. I don't know. Should we let Chris went in on the Peaches drawing? Let the Technomancer in. Yeah, Brian, I get it. Everyone plays second fiddle to Peaches. I get it. I get it. Good morning, Mark. Welcome. So, Peaches is really the star of Monty and Strong. Put Ayrton and Davina because it's nearly his birthday. He'd love a Peaches. Good morning, Mark. Actually, good afternoon, Mark. Everyone who's in here now, the 21 of you, are automatically in the drawing. But include Ayrton and the names that we discussed earlier. Because, yeah. Yes, that's the way I usually do it, Mark. I sneak in right on time. Katya has to leave, so don't forget to put Katya in. Jenny, I know exactly, and I can empathize with you because if left to my devices, yeah, we had before I really got into the digital books, we had to have a storage when we moved just for the books. Basically, it was boxes and boxes of books, and then we're here. We have a library in the what we call the lounge, which is a lounge / library. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bookcases. It's like 2 walls full of books. And left to my devices, it would be 4 walls full of books. So, Jenny, I get it. Yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Mark. Yes. Hello, Carolyn. Let's see. Yeah, I like the cover for Walking the Razor. It's different. And okay, so all the covers for Monty and Strong, if you notice, they've evolved. Like Tomb Yards and Butterflies looked a certain way, but they've gotten better as time has progressed. I looking at them the other day. The ones that are coming from like Walking the Razor on are phenomenal. I can't really show them to you because it would explode your brain. But Requiem, if you've seen some of the ads, the one that looked kind of black and whitish with looking away and Monty in the back, that's the cover, I believe, the cover for Requiem. And then Divine Intervention, Storm Blood, Revenant, Blood Lessons, Broken Magic, Lost Runes, Entropy, and Archmage. Those are all the titles that are coming. They all look phenomenal. So, yeah, they're doing great work. They had to leave early, so yeah. That's awesome, Jenny. Diane, 2 Simons would be just 1 Simon too many. So no. I don't really see Davina. This is not false humility or anything. I mean, I like 20 books to 50K. I was booked to go this year. I don't know if I would say I'm a big fish in that pond. What I like to do is what I've always done, and you guys know, is that I like to give back. I'll help authors. So what I did at 20 books 50K last year was basically just hang out and just talk to authors and see how I can help them, or because I was a little further along. I'm not saying I know so much, but I was a little further along, and I was able to give advice and share my experience of what worked for me, and that was able to help a few authors. As for being a big fish, I don't put much stock in that. I think I'm just accessible, and I'll help authors if they ask. Hello, Wendy. Good morning. Davina and Ayrton have to be separate. Okay, because she's like, if I win at Peaches, he's not getting it. So there. Welcome, Federica. Lurking is perfectly okay. Thank you for being here. Hello, Beck. Welcome. Uh-huh. So Cynthia is asking about posters of the book. I don't know if we can do book posters. Maybe you can speak to Kim. Dolly's already on it because Dolly's amazing. She's okay. She put a link. Look at that. So I'm the one that's behind. Sorry. There are posters of some of the work. I don't know if you get posters of the book. There's a link to the ZAZZLE store, and I think Dolly's waiting for more images to come back. So yeah. Sorry, Elaine. I didn't mean to tease you with all the titles, but it's the covers. Right now we're up to 19, which is Lost Runes. Entropy and Dark and Archmage are after that. They haven't been done yet. So I'm at cover 19, but we're only up to 12. Yeah, we're not gonna have that kind of twist, Sheridan. Second Simon, that would be too much. That would be reducing New York City to rubble. Yeah, cool, Chris. I did a really cool thing for a reader while in Vegas. It was more of an honor for me than anything else. I was able to be part of a reader's ceremony there, and that was more of an honor for me than anything. And that was and thanks, Chris, for letting me be part of that. That was fantastic. And I still have, look, check it out. I have it right here. So that this should look familiar, Chris. So yeah. Oh yeah, Frazzetti is just fantastic. So when you moved, you gave most of your fiction books to an artist who paints abstract, fantastic images. Frazzetti's a well-known name in the fantasy, high fantasy cover world and art world. He did a lot of Conan back in the day and a lot of that kind of drawing. So if you know Frank Frazzetti, is because he kind of grew up in that era. I grew up in that era where Frank Frazzetti had collections of his work, and he would sell them as books. And you would just look at his work. It was awesome. We can't have a Simon like that. That won't work. That's a real split. Dan says it, but if the second Simon was a serious, thoughtful, responsible Simon, that wouldn't be Simon then. That would just blow our minds. Bye, Stacy. Yeah, I'm sorry you're having trouble with your video, but you're here, you entered, and we get to see you. So bye, Stacy. Say hi to everyone and keep safe, please. I know things are kind of down south, so stay safe. Frankfurt was, yeah, truly awesome. Yeah. There was another guy, artist, who was a contemporary of Frank Frazetta and kind of drew the same way, but the name escapes me right now. But those two artists, and like Frazetta did a lot of Conan and a lot of those kind of images, but there was another artist similar to Frank Frazetta that did a lot of amazing work. And back then I used to read heavy metal, and we collect the covers. We collect things just for the covers. It's incredible. Good morning, Matthew. Welcome. Let's see. No two Simons. I have enough issues. See, I'm already wary, Davina, of bringing the time element, like the time travel element, into Monty and Strong, and it's slowly creeping in because it has to, because of the storyline, like and that's gonna be the intro to the designers later on. And if you know what was being referred to in Dark Glass, you know that there's gonna be some kind of time something happening. So yeah, but I'm not going into any deeper time travel. This is not Doctor Who. I can't. My brain would explode. Could you imagine the possibilities? Oh no. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Simon flies by the seat of his pants, acts first. Maybe thinks later, if at Diane, if at all. So yes. Okay, Davina, we'll know that if you disappear, it's because your video doesn't like you today and it's kicking you out for sure. Oh, the image on the shirt. If you play Destiny, you know what this is. If you don't play Destiny, sorry, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. But if you play Destiny, you know what this is. Image stands for. Those of you that play Destiny or Destiny 2. Good morning. Good morning, Amanda. Yeah, exactly, Mark. Yeah, that would be more, yeah, Scooby-Doo. No, I don't think so. That's not gonna happen. Vallejo, that's who I was thinking of, Malcolm. Vallejo. Royal's also very good as an artist, but Vallejo was a contemporary of Frank Frazetta, and they had similar styles of painting and illustrating. But Boris Vallejo was incredible. I don't know if he's still around. I'll have to look it up. But he was amazing. Oh, the designers, Malcolm. Yeah, the designers. I think I shared the cover. The designer has to do with time travel. Yeah, the designer is a group that manages time streams. And you saw Sid. Didn't you see Sid in... What book was Sid in? Was it the Golem? Sid Rat. Sidney Rat is in the Golem. And he gives Simon a keepsaker. He's a lead designer. And if you read the Dark Glass, and there's a reference to Sydney or Sid, he's a lead designer. He deals with time travel. Sid. The designers deal with time travel. Let's see. Yeah, Facebook is being weird today. Malcolm says if Davina disappears, it's because Airchin thinks she's about to win peaches. Never touch the video feed. Excellent. Yeah, if you threaten the digital, it'll behave better for sure, Jenny. There you go. Awesome. I have to look up Malcolm Vallejo because he had some incredible work. And yes, we did see Sid. He met with Simon and he gave him the keepsaker in a previous book, not Dark Glass. I'm pretty sure it was in either the Golem or Reaping Wind. I think it was Reaping Wind. I plant these seeds throughout the series, so it's hard to keep track because for me it's not individual book. For me it's one long continuum. So Sydney meets up with Simon at the Randy Rump at the end of a story and gives Simon a keepsaker. Awesome. I'm glad we're coming through clearly. I'm sorry if Facebook is being glitchy for you guys. Facebook is, it's the platform that we're using now until we could find something that's much better that everyone can access easily. And Facebook has to be right now the one that allows for that. But we'll look into something else eventually because I still think they're going to change this format at some point. And yes, I think we still have the phone option, and that's cool because we can go mobile. But I like this because it allows us this easier for everyone. So if it's glitchy, I apologize. Bye, Sheridan. Have a great day. Oh, Malcolm says, I know, but only Simon saw him, but he's really there? Yes, he was really there because he gave him the keepsaker, remember? And the keepsaker exists in real time. Exactly, Davina. So it wasn't a of Simon's imagination. It was Sid really being there, except that he basically what Sid did was step in between a moment because designers can do that kind of thing. Sort of like what Simon does when he presses his mark and time stops. Sid could do that too. Yeah, Malcolm, it's FB is just weird sometimes. It has these weird glitches. So if you guys have questions, we have questions, right? We have questions from, where are the questions? Hold on. We have questions from Audrey and from Chris and from Craig. Wow, okay. Awesome. All right, I'm gonna jump into some of the questions so we can do the drawings later, and we don't last like 2 hours like we did last 2 weeks ago. All right, so questions from Audrey, the question queen. What is your best favorite childhood memory? Wow, that's so many. I would have to say some of my best childhood memories was growing the summers here in New York. I'd get together with all my friends and we would go out. They would come to my window. So this is how feral we were. My friends would come to my window around 6 o'clock in the morning. They would knock on the window, and then I'd yell to my mom that I'm going out, and I would leave out the window, and I would be gone all day or until the ice cream truck swung by. Then I'd run back. I'd be yelling, and I'd run back, and my mom would already have money to give me, like out of the window, because I wouldn't even come. I would just run to the window, and we lived on the first floor, so she would give me money, and I'd take the money and go get the ice cream and disappear for like the rest of the day. And so some of my best childhood memories are just being out all day, playing, creating. We'd create games. We'd run around the neighborhood because it was different back then, and yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome growing up like that. We pretty much grew up wild, basically. Yeah. Next question: is there one story, book, short story, play, etc., that you reread every couple of years or so? The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho. I reread that every so often. I'm overdue for Lord of the Rings because I used to read it every summer, but I haven't read it in a while. Let's see. Terry Pratchett. I'll always read Terry Pratchett because I enjoy it. Terry, so I'll reread that. That's pretty much. I mean, there's so many authors that I enjoy. It's just making the time to reread. I rarely reread my own stuff because it's as an author I'll get in and think this could change, that could change, so I don't read the old stuff. I'm always reading current stuff. Like I just read Blood Ascension, Blood Betrayal just to make sure that I have blood rules straight in my head, but I won't go back and reread old Monty and Strong unless there's been a big break in between books. But there's usually never a break between Monty and Strong. So yeah. In your opinion, next question from Audrey, question queen. In your opinion, what is one misstep that most new authors make? Oh, wow. Okay. If you're a new author, some of the things to avoid are writing a story that's not going to entertain. So you have to make sure your story's good, or to the best of your ability, right? Because you don't. Good is subjective. So what might be good for one person might be horrible to another. But you write the best story that you can write. That's the first thing. And that takes a while because you have to learn your craft. When you finally get to the publishing stage, you have to invest in a cover and editing. That's really important. And a lot of new authors want to get their story out so quick that they don't invest in a real cover. They do it themselves. Trust me, I know, because that's what I did with my first book. I created the cover myself because, hey, I'm a graphic designer, so I can do a cover. How hard can it be? And editing. So you want to invest in editing because you're going to miss things. Like when I look at the shred and I say, how did I miss all of this? So when you're writing a book, you're too close. So those are the mistakes that many beginning authors make. They release their book without having really polished it, without having really honed their craft, because they got the story in and gotta get the story out, and it doesn't matter, and it matters. They don't invest in a good cover. I learned that lesson myself. And they don't invest in editing or have people read the book first. So even a good beta team could help with that. Like the art really makes a big difference in the stories. So that's a misstep. And not having other authors as peers, because other authors will kind of call you to account when you do certain things or planning to do certain things. Oh, and new authors don't like to market. I just want to write is what you hear a lot. I just want to write. I don't want to do all this marketing stuff. I just want to write. You have to learn how to market. You can't just write. You have to learn how to do both. Especially if you're going to be a self-published author. You're wearing all the hats. So you have to learn how to market, and you're constantly learning. So those are some of the errors that new authors make. Okay, let's see what else anyone's saying. Boop, boop, boop. Oh, we got a lot of time. Let's see. Yeah, it's true. FB's like, if it's working, let's fiddle with it until it breaks. They like to change stuff constantly. FB is constantly. They just tried to change the format of the room, and I was like, what? Why do I want to? It's working. It's great. I don't need a new format. It's fine. Oh, sorry, Wendy. See if the question comes back to you. Oh, thank you, Audrey. As much as I'm sharing myself with you, you guys are sharing with me too, because in the shreds, especially, it really is important to me. I read every note that you guys write. I don't skim. I read every. You can ask Dolly because she's there. What are you doing? I'm doing notes. I'll read every single note, no matter how detailed or simple it may be. I read it because I value what you guys have to say when you shred. It's important, and even in the mob. Sid Rat, thank you, Dolly. Sid Rat is in Reaping Wind, chapter 43, Malcolm. So yes, that's the introduction to the designers, which you won't see until later. He'll probably be in Walking the Razor along with Nina, who's the main character of the designers, and Jessica, who's from Black Orchid. Malcolm says, don't even think of a big break between M&S books. Yeah, I never. M&S books are it's always one M&S book and something else. M&S book and something else. That's because the M&S book is the trunk of the tree. So it's the main important. Audrey, I love The Alchemist too, and every time I read it, it's a different perspective, because as you age and you change and different life experiences, The Alchemist gives you different insights. It's a great book. Paolo is a fantastic writer, author. Malcolm, yeah, it was pretty much come home when the streetlights come on, except that not even then, because even when it was dark, we'd play Manhunt or Catch On Catch All with all black clothing, so you couldn't see us. Yeah, we would. I tell you, we were feral children. Things I wouldn't let my kids do now. Davina, that's really important. Davina says the main tip: rhino skin. Yeah, new authors, unfortunately, and I guess I've been through this a bit, are too sensitive. You got to develop rhino skin really fast, really early. People will criticize you. You put your books out, you'll get bad reviews, or you'll get reviews that tear you down. You'll find other authors and other people who say you don't know what you're doing. Just gotta have rhino skin. All that stuff has to hit you and just kind of bounce off. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, you guys found a lot of issues. Dolly found like 800 something issues, 822 issues. Davina found about 500. Listen, I apologize for the commas. What can I tell you? So, write the whole book in caps, Jen, just for you, Jenny. Yes, that's good advice. Yeah, the editing. Listen, the editing is important. Quality control editing, that's so key because it makes a difference. If you want to be taken seriously or you want to be perceived as a professional, you have to take into consideration the editing of your book. There are people who I know write really well, and then when I read the book, it's like there are things that are jarring, and it's not the story so much. It's just that there are things that take you out of the story because things are missing. Grammar, certain punctuations. I know I'm horrible with commas, but I know I'm horrible with commas. So let's see. Yes, like Davina says, it wrecks the flow if your eyes twitching too much. And some people overlook it, and some people pick up on every single thing. Same, such a simple short. Yes, very true, Dolly. The Alchemist seems like a real simple book. It seems really shallow when you first read it. Like, how this isn't very deep, but when you get into it, and it gets really deep, really quick. Chris is asking, when does the book go live? Which book, Chris? Dark Glass? Dark Glass is next week. I'm figuring middle of the week, end of the week, next week. What did we say for Dark Glass? Yeah, middle of the week for Dark Glass. Wendy wants to know, is there another brew planned, and will Simon have a showdown with the lizard? I kind of like the tension of the lizard. Yes, there's two more Brew and Chews. There's the actual book called Brew and Chew, and then there's another one called Cold Girl, and there's a trilogy for now. So, but I don't know if Simon's gonna have a showdown with the lizard. I kind of like how Frank is corrupting Peaches. It's a lot of fun. Uh, yeah, Terry Pratchett just came out with a new one. I don't know if it's a new one by Terry or his estate. I have to look into it, so we'll see. You know. Malcolm said, I say the same thing. It's a different world now. I wouldn't let kids do what I did when I was young. Yeah, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't let my kids go out. I am not a helicopter parent. I'm more like a Fort Knox parent. I'm like, yeah, if it's not safe, I'm doing it. I have a hard time with it, but that's just me and my peculiar way of being, and also my training and how I know what's out, and they're not equipped to deal with that. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. The new books coming out by Sir Terry are they books that he wrote and they're releasing later after his death, posthumously, or what? Davina says, "Hey, I didn't only find apostrophes. You used to get those right until I told you they were floaty commas. See, the moment you said they were floaty commas, something in my brain short-circuited, and it was done. No more apostrophes because they're too close. They're like comma cousins, and that's it." Katya wants to know, when do I edit? Every time I write or at the end? So I'll start the writing process. Like, let's say I've written something. Every day when I start, I'll go back about a chapter and I'll kind of review and see if I need to add anything or remove something. That gets me into the flow for the day. But then I'll give it to the art, and they edit and they shred and they, really tear the book apart, Katya. And then after they do that and give me a bloody mess, I'll go in and perform some triage, and then I'll go really deep and look at every note and see if it's something that needs to be addressed and changed and things like that. So at the end, I don't edit when I never actual edit when I'm writing. Something I don't like to do. I'll add and change things, but I won't edit like a real serious edit as I'm writing, because it's distracting. It's two brains. Editing and writing are two different mindsets for me. Let's see. Yes, Wendy, welcome to our show. So nice to have you here. Hello, sweet Coco, welcome. Punctuation prevents cannibalism. Yes. Good morning, Rhiannon. Hello. Chris says, yes, I was a tad overprotective of my two kids, still am, and they're 29 and 30. Yeah, I know how it is. I know how it is, for real. Got it. So the new Pratchett is a collection of stuff he wrote many years ago. I see. Okay, so it's his stuff of writing, but way back. Got it. Okay, let me get to the other questions because we're almost near the end of this time, and then we want to do the drawing within our allotted time. So from Chrisman, how long did it take to write your first book? From sitting down and writing to it's the end, first draft. 5 years. So if you guys think it's bad to wait a few months, imagine waiting 5 years for the next M&S book. It took about 5 years and several false starts, and then I ended up with The Spiritual Warrior. The Spiritual Warriors was originally called, there were other books in the way, like The General Contractor. There's other books that were kind of that. The Spiritual Words ended up being like a kitchen sink thing. Everything got thrown in there. And if you read The Spiritual Words, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's really complicated. Dolly once told me that it had a cast that was too big. And I agree. Although I put everything in The Spiritual Warriors. That's why it took so long to write. And I think it's one of my longest books too. I think it's like 70K, 73K, something like that. It's really long for me. My book's usually 50K. Yeah, so please, if you just joined recently, like Sweet Coco, Rhiannon, Robert, please add your name so we can add you to the Peaches drawing. Okay, next question. And I get all, I have solidarity with all you helicopter parents. I don't really come across as one because I'm kind of laid back, but I am. So, let's see. From Craig, I don't know if Craig the Dragon is here, but okay. How often have you had a character or idea forcefully jump into your writing brain and force you to change the prepared schedule of events often. So the only reason you're reading Monty and Strong is because of that same situation. I was in the middle of Sepia Blue, writing her series happily, just going down, writing Sepia Blue, when the story for Monty and Strong popped into my head and forced itself to be written. And now that's why Monty and Strong and Peaches, and that's why we have the Night Warden, and that's why we have everything that has come out of the Monty and Strong world is a result of a character idea forcing itself out. Even now, Richard Caro, as I'm writing other stuff comes up, right? So Richard Caro, which is the noir detective that's going to be set in the Monty and Strong world, is a result of a character forcing itself into the forefront and say, okay, write this. And what I've learned now is just to write the first chapter or write a paragraph, and kind of allows me to continue writing and kind of get that idea off to the side without forgetting it. And so now I can write the current project that I'm doing. That's the only way I can deal with that. If not, it just takes over. Like Monty and Strong just took over. I had to write it. I had to write the book, 2 Million Butterflies. So yes, so it happens often. It happens every time I'm writing. I'll have ideas for other stories. Some are viable, and some are like, that's just not gonna happen. Sorry. So let's see what else we got. What's a snowplow parent? I haven't heard of that. I've never heard of a snowplow parent. Sorry. I know what a helicopter parent is. I've never heard of a snowplow parent. Do you carry them and dump them in the snow? Or what is? I don't know what that is. Did I not say that Peaches changed his own fate as well? Peaches is an interesting character, Malcolm. So I can't say too much more than that. But yeah. But he doesn't really change his fate. Bye, Dan. Thank you for coming and being here and hanging out with us. A parent who just pushes... Oh, okay. So Jenny says a parent who just pushes every single thing away from the kids and doesn't let them learn. I'm not a snowplow parent. We're not snowplow parents. We want them to deal with their stuff for sure. Christine, who's watching on YouTube, wants in on the Peaches drawing. Should we open it to the YouTube viewers too? I guess. Yeah, of course. Bobby says, of course, and asks who else is on YouTube. Corinne asks, when will Monty hear Peaches? Every time he barks, Monty will hear Peaches. That's the short answer. The long answer is no, he won't ever hear Peaches, because Peaches is bonded to Simon, and that communication that they have is only because they're bond mates. And if you look at the first few books of Monty and Strong, Simon couldn't communicate with Peaches like that. That developed over time. And even now, Simon communicates with Peaches on Simon's level, not on Peaches' level. So when Peaches goes XL and becomes enormal Peaches, then you notice that the speech pattern changes, the method of speech changes, the vocabulary changes, because that's Peaches' regular speech pattern. And Simon can comprehend Peaches when Peaches is XL. But normally Peaches has to bring down his level to Simon's level. So because they're bond mates is the only reason that Simon can communicate and hear him. But Monty, not being a bond mate to Peaches, will never hear Peaches the way Simon does. Which is why he hears him through barks and, and things like that. But he won't ever be able to speak to Peaches. Davina says, could Monty learn the babble thing that Cece does? He probably could, but I don't know if he'd want to. So, and he's probably going to teach her other things too, because remember, he's her mentor instructor. So that gets explored later on as the story progresses, because she's in trouble. Remember, she's been sent to Simon for a reason. The reason becomes apparent later on. So, yeah. And we're exploring a little bit of Monty's past with Dark Glass and Walking the Razor as it's coming back. If you've read War Mage, or you might have to read Mage, A lot of stuff that's in that book is coming up. A lot of stuff that happened in that book is coming up. That was a great little book to write. Yes. So, yes, Jenny, Peaches has to do the cat thing and use a small vocabulary for his human. That's basically what it comes down to. Yeah. So that Simon could understand him. Which is why, if you notice, a lot of the conversation, I know it seems like all his conversation is meat, I'm hungry, can you make some more meat? Meat is life. Where's the meat? But it's because, one, he's a hellhound and he has a really high metabolism and he's hungry all the time. But also, it's a easy way to communicate with Simon because Simon just can't comprehend Peaches at his elevated level. So, yeah. I mean, he can when Peaches is Excel, but Peaches is just too smart. So, that's why. Yes, Davina, you forgot that he was her teacher. He is her teacher. She was sent to him to be taught. Just Cecilia, right. Yes. Rebecca wants to know, what about Simon's family? You have to wait until Requiem, which is the book after Walking the Razor, and Simon's past starts to get revealed. I'll give you a hint. Ramirez starts digging. He's already been digging into Simon's past, and so a lot more starts getting uncovered. Ramirez starts getting in danger because he's digging into Simon's past, and some of Simon's history starts getting opened up, and that's why it's called Requiem. That should be enough of a hint for you. I hope that's enough of a hint for you. Yeah, but what, Davina? What? Okay, it's what time is it? 12 already? It's 12. So we gotta start thinking the drawing. So how are we gonna do this? Do we have a list? Are we gonna do it like before, like with the random number generator? Because that would be awesome. All right, the names are going to be posted. We have 20. All right, if you are lurking right now on the clutch with us here, make sure your name is here. Like Dolly can see your name, because if you're not gonna be in the drawing. And I don't want to hear crying if you're not in the drawing. That's smart, RJ. Yeah, she brings you a reward if you correctly guess what she wants. That's excellent. Dolly, I like Dolly's. Everyone make an adamant request for Requiem at Mountain Strong 13 to be out by the end of the year. Let's all do it together. No, not happening. Sorry. Because Sepia has to get written. I have a lot of Sepia readers who've been patiently waiting for the rest of Sepia to be done. Okay? And they've kind of made a visit to Sepia's world, so Mountain Strong made a visit to Sepia's world before in Sepia's books. So that'll be fun. Let's see. Malcolm says, remember, I need to be in 5 times. Yeah, okay. What, Davina? Yeah, he's our teacher, but what? Okay, check your name. No, I can't forget Sepia. I have a lot of readers who actually came to the mob through Sepia. Found Sepia first before finding Strong, Malcolm. So I can't forget Sepia. At the very least, Sepia has to be finished. It has to be closure there. So that's important. So yeah. I'm gonna clearly for Dolly for the petitions. So yeah. All right, read the list. Dolly put up the list, and it's 30. How many people? 35, 36 people. One of you is gonna be lucky today. So, Amanda Smith. Is Amanda in there? No. Yes? No. Oh, number 1. Oh yeah, number 1. Amanda, you're number 1. Amanda's number 1. So, oh yeah, you can't fill in the gap. Sorry, Davina. What can I tell you? Right. So yeah, like Darren says and Chris says, for many readers, Sepia was their introduction to the I won't say the Monty and Strong world because it wasn't the Monty and Strong world when it was there because Monty and Strong didn't exist, but it was their introduction to the writing, to my writing. So Sepia now, because of Dark Glass, is partially in the Monty and Strong world, but not really. But that was the first introduction for a lot of people, and I still get PMs or text messages today, like present. When are you gonna finish Sepia? So I have to finish Sepia. So yeah, so you guys gonna have to wait for MNS 13. Sorry. All right. So is this the last call? 36 people. Last call. Right? You're gonna use your random number generator there on your phone, Miss Dolly. Here we go. You're gonna get the robust. This is for the robust peaches. Hey, this one's really. So the person who makes these custom, and they're really awesome. She's really good at this. So I like the rooms. Look cool. Random number generator. Awesome. Here we go. I'm excited for you. Yeah, Requiem is coming. Don't worry. You gotta get Walking the Razor first. So yeah. Yes, sorry, not sorry. Exactly, Malcolm. That's a sorry, not sorry for sure because it has to be written in a certain order. But you guys all gotta be part of it, which is the awesome part of what technology allows us to do today. So I'm just waiting to see what the random number is gonna be. The random number is press generate. Okay, here we go. Can you see it? All right, random number generator. I'm pressing generate. The number is 12. Who's number 12? Let's see who's number 12. This is like the Craig the Dragon. You know who Craig Dragon? No. Okay. Craig, well, that's really Craig Zimick. Number 12. So, yeah, you may have to redo that because you can't be in there twice. But he was he's number 13, so it wouldn't, even if you take him out, he'd be the one. Right? Yeah. All right. We had a technological difficulty. We're going to do it again. Ready? Yeah. Go. Please stand by. Yes, Malcolm. If I Razor has to be done before I can do Requiem. So Craig was. So just to give you an update, Craig was twice. So we can't. That's not fair for anybody else if you have your name. He was in there as Craig the Dragon and Craig Zimick. So I apologize. We can't have two names for the same person. So we're back with the random number generator. Random number generator. And take 2. Here we go. Number 33. Who's number 33? Tanya Anderson, number 33. Hold on, here we go. Number 33. All right, so Tanya Anderson wins. Who's Tanya Anderson? Sweet Coco? Okay. Don't worry, man. I will deal with the other situation. Sorry, Craig. You can't be in here twice. We put you in there twice by accident. But Tanya wins, and that's number 33. Tanya Anderson. So Tanya, you need to send your info to Dolly so we can mail you a peach. Enjoy. Who's angry? Somebody's angry. Not Craig. Sorry, Craig. I apologize, but we can't put in there twice because it's not fair to all the other people there. Yeah, so we're almost done. We got like about a minute or so. You send your information to Dolly so we can mail you out your peaches. And we'll be holding these regularly. I think we should have like every few months of peaches. Yeah, peaches drawing. We're gonna have them every few months because I'm having the person who does this Praise. Her name is Praise. She makes these awesome peaches. So I'm having her make more until we find a way to really mass produce them, and then so we'll have another drawing. We'll have a drawing once. We got once a month. We'll have another drawing next month. Okay. So, all right. So I got a little note there. So yeah, next month you get a chance to do it again. So awesome. All right. So I want you guys to have an awesome day. Things may seem to be normal. Please still wear your mask. Social distance. Be safe. Be healthy. You know, use common sense. Come on. If people are sick, keep away. Wear your mask. Understand that even if you're not showing symptoms, you may be sick and you might get some other people sick. Wear your mask. Okay, just common sense. All right. See, I need to get more peaches so we can just buy. Mark, you don't want to know how much it costs to make these peaches. Trust me. Marianne, hello, welcome. Yes, there can only be one peaches. This is true, Davina. There can only be one peaches. You're very welcome, Audrey. Very welcome. Cobbler pie. Yeah, that's funny. Thank you, Wendy, for being here. So, yes, Malcolm, I want you all to be excellent. I want you guys to be safe, healthy, and practice your social distance. Okay? And have a great weekend. Be excellent. Bye. Okay, it's still live right now, so end it.